Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode number 6. Today we're going to be going over the progress that's been made on the build over the last 2 weeks. So here's a quick recap and let's get started. Alright guys, we're actually going to start upstairs in the bonus room above the garage. There's a few things I wanted to go over in this room. Tips, I would guess you could say, is if you guys have accessible wasted space, I highly suggest you guys put an opening in the walls. We did on both sides, because if not, it's just going to be empty space behind the walls, and we figured we might as well turn that into a place where we could actually have storage. And then this one actually gives us access to the garage trusses, where we can either put some plywood down, add additional storage. Also, I plan on putting a heater in the garage later. Probably that's going to be a spring project, so that will actually be nice, because then I can get access when I go to run the flue out from the top of the roof that I'm going to need to do for the heater. So having access is always a good thing. I highly suggest if you guys run into that kind of weird shaped room like this is, it will be nice to have in the future. Another thing too is this is going to be the kids' playroom or an office space. We're not really sure, but I do know that I wanted internet here because it is pretty far from where our router is going to be. So I actually had them run a hardwire from where our router is to this room specifically for better internet speeds, and that way we don't have any issues with the Wi-Fi, since it is kind of on the opposite side of the house and it's kind of blocked off from the rest of the house. So that is one thing. Any area where you feel as though it's going to be blocked off from the house, I highly suggest you guys run a Cat5 cable, or internet cable I should say, to those spaces. That way you don't have any interference with Wi-Fi or any issues. So we're going to go downstairs and then we are going to kind of give you a walk around of the house. Obviously, if you can tell, the whole upstairs has been drywalled as well. This is going to be finished. So let's go downstairs and we'll go over the layout of the house and kind of give you a breakdown of future plans and what we have going on. Alright guys, we're actually going to start from the entrance from the garage into the house. We're going to kind of start in this hallway behind me. This is actually going to be where we're going to do a built-in system. This is going to be where you come inside, you're going to kick all your shoes, and then you're going to hang your coats, and then you're going to continue access into the house. One thing that we do have behind me is the entrance into the laundry room, which will be nice because it is actually attached to my wife's master closet. We're gonna end up having butcher block over the washer and dryer, and then we're also gonna have a folding table over here, which will also be made out of butcher block. We're not sure what stain color we're gonna choose. We don't know if we're gonna match our beams that are gonna be in the house, or we're gonna match the front door and the garage door and that darker cedar. One thing I would recommend for you guys to think about when you guys are putting in your dryer, you guys can't see it. We did end up running gas, and we also ran 220, so you can either have your option of a gas dryer or an electric dryer. I feel like that's just a good perk to have, just in case someone prefers electric over gas, and it's a good perk when you go to resell the house, if you do decide to sell the house. So this is actually going to be, sorry my camera came out of focus, so this is actually going to be access into our master closet. It is a pocket door, so that way we don't have any swinging doors going from the laundry room to the closet or vice versa. So we are, it's hard to tell in the video, but this is going to be our closet space. And then we are going to get to the master. This is one section of the house that I'm very excited for. So let's go over the setup. So behind me, we're actually going to be putting a freestanding tub, and then the wife last minute wanted to put a TV on the wall. So what I ended up having to do the other day was tear down some of the drywall that they accomplished. Then I had to run a wire, run a box, do all that, and then reinstall the drywall. So that was a last minute decision by the wife, but no big deal. It's not too big of a pain. We're gonna go over the shower. This is another part that I am excited about. It is a decent sized shower. I don't know if you'll be able to tell what we got going on, but on this wall we have a shower head, we have a body sprayer, we have a rain shower, and then on this side we also have another shower head that we're going to be running, and then on the bottom by the bench, I don't know if you can tell, we're going to actually have a steam shower in there as well. So it's all going to be completely sealed. One big thing that I want you guys to consider, if you guys are doing a steam shower, do your whole bathroom in green board. This is going to help not allow mold to develop within the bathroom, because the green board, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, green board is mold resistant. It doesn't attract bacteria like normal drywall does or sheetrock. So that is one thing I highly do suggest. If you guys do have a steam shower in your bathrooms, put in green board for your entire bathroom. As you can tell, the ceiling is not, but they put a coating of paint over it that is water resistant, so that's kind of why we didn't do green board with the ceiling. But with this space, this is all going to be tile. We're going to tile all the way up to the ceiling. I believe we did 4-foot marble section tile. That's going to be basically all the way up to the ceiling in this part. We're going to do a herringbone floor. We have our custom cabinets coming in that we have the Amish build, and then in the shower, the whole thing will also be tiled. Let's walk into this section, which is going to be our master bedroom, obviously attached to the master bath. Sorry if my face comes out of focus from with all the light changing, but this door is actually behind me going to be a barn door. It's a 4-foot barn door that we end up doing. It's going to kind of match the one that's in our family room kitchen area. One thing we did end up adding, and as you can tell behind me, we actually have 3 windows now on the back of the house. Sorry, it's out of focus. And then we also have our door out to the patio. I ended up adding the center window, and I'm very happy we did. I feel like it opened up the space and it looks very nice, and we have very good visuals to the backyard, which is something I really wanted in this house. I wanted it very open. I wanted it very, basically I wanted a lot of glass, and I wanted open concept, and I wanted kind of like a rustic modern. If those two go together, I'm not sure. But we're gonna walk out of the bedroom and we're gonna kind of go down the hallway, and we're gonna go into the main living space. This is a space that I am pretty excited about. I actually end up changing this space a lot when it comes to the way the plans are read. So as you can tell behind me, the ceiling in the kitchen is flat, and then I actually added this section to the house, which is vaulted. It's an 18-foot vault. It's a little under 18 feet, but 18 is just an easier number. So the whole thing is drywalled. We end up using, I believe, 5/8 on the ceilings, and then 1/2 inch around the house. As you can tell behind me too, all the windows and doors and everything is taped off because they're going to be starting mud work here shortly, which you obviously don't want to cover everything in mud because it's not a clean process. Behind me, you have the pantry. We ended up doing outlets on this whole wall going down the pantry because that's actually going to be where my wife's going to have all of her toaster oven, all the stuff that normally would just sit out on someone's counter is going to be tucked away in the pantry. One thing we did wish we did is put an outlet on that back wall for our charger for our wireless vacuum. That was kind of thought about after the drywall was put on. But let's go over this back wall. So what we got going on is we have our ceiling speaker controller right there. And then next to that we have our switches, and then we have your typical outlets. One thing we did add was a pot filler. So we are going to have a pot filler that's going to be going over the stove section between the hood vent and the actual stove. We ended up going with a 48-inch Z-Line autograph model, I believe. I'm looking forward to seeing that in person. Our cabinets are going to be white. Our hood vent's going to be white. And then we're gonna have a stained section on the hood vent that's gonna match the coffee bar that's gonna be on this wall. And then also it's gonna match the stain that's gonna go on the built-ins over by this fireplace. You can't see the fireplace because it is covered up. The reason it's covered up is to protect it from getting mud all over it. We do also have ceiling speakers in the vaulted section. You probably can't tell, but there are wires hanging out. And all of that is controlled between these 2 sliding doors. It's right there. And then this one over here is for your lights that go in the kitchen. And then the one over here is actually for our exterior lights, because we do have a exterior fan on our covered patio, along with our in-ceiling speakers that are in the patio as well, and also with the outlets. So let's go outside and kind of go over the progress as we made. It's might get a little loud because it's still covered in and you got everything blowing. So let's see if we can get a good visual on the progress that has been made back here. So as you can tell, all of the stone has been done around this back patio section. We are really happy with how it came out. If you can see, they're already actually done with all their grouting. All their joints are already grouted. We ended up going with gray. We felt it matched the house. So all we have left is to finish this part with our built-in grill system, and then also for the open bar area over there as well, and then we have to run some electric. And then the fireplace should be getting installed this week as well, and then we'll have a TV up there. This whole section will be stoned as well, and then the ceilings will be tongue and groove, which we'll actually head to the garage now. Close the door. And we'll kind of show you the garage and the progress that's been made in there as well. All our kids' bedrooms, all the bathrooms, all of that have already been drywalled. They did leave the sections by the tub open for cement board, because I will actually be personally tiling this powder room, and then I'll be tiling the laundry room as well. It might get a little loud. I do have a kerosene heater running in the garage because I was staining wood for the covered patio. So let me shut that off real quick and then we'll catch it right back. Alright, kerosene heater is off. If you can see behind me, I am in the process of staining all this wood, which feels like it's taking forever, but it is 160 pieces or something like that of wood. So as you can tell behind me, all the drywall has been done. We just left the beams exposed just due to no reason to cover up. It's a garage. Maybe I could use those later on for some type of hoist system for any type of maintenance I do or any type of work if I don't get to the barn as soon as I would like to. If you could tell, that's where we actually ran the gas line out of. We ended up running that in that corner because the way the roof structure is, that was the best place to put the heater due to the bonus room being above us. We didn't want the flute running through any parts of the bonus room or anything like that, so that's actually the one space that we can put it where it actually goes straight out of the roof structure. So we're almost done with electrical. We're waiting for a few more parts. As you can tell behind us, we do have a big roll of wire, which is actually going to be going from the main panel box, which is we do have a 400 amp service at this house. We actually have a sub panel that we ended up putting in the garage because that's the easiest place to put it when I eventually add in a swimming pool, and also when I add in the barn, and it'll be the quickest place for me to run wire instead of going all the way around the house. As you can see behind me, that wire that I showed you is actually going to be running from our main meter down in the basement to this sub meter. I shouldn't say meter, sub box. So I highly suggest you guys put a sub panel somewhere where it's accessible and also not in the house, because that's originally what was planned in the utility room, but I thought it would look tacky, so I ended up having them throw it in the garage, which I'm very happy we did. So I'm gonna go over stuff that's outside. We'll do a quick walk around. It is snowing out, it is cold, so it's probably gonna be quick, but I'll kind of give you some progress video and kind of explanation of what has been done over the last 2 weeks, and then I will also give you guys an update on what's going to be happening over these next 2 weeks, and hopefully there'll be a lot more progress. So let's get outside and I'll go over. Alright guys, this is going to be quick because it is pretty cold out. If you could tell behind me, all the stonework has been accomplished around the garage doors, which I am very happy with how it's come out. Everything is already grouted. We'll kind of give you a close-up here. The whole thing has been grouted, and then they started working on the little kickback section that's going to go all the way up to the front door. Let's go over there real quick. It is pretty chilly out here in Ohio, so I don't know how much exterior video I'm going to get. I don't know if I'll really get that much drone footage just due to temperatures, and it kind of messes with the gyros that are in the drones. So we're actually going to have this whole peak stoned as well, and then it's also going to come along the sides, on both sides. So this whole section will be peaked, and then we will have a lantern style, farmhouse style lantern hanging off the side, or sorry, hanging off the vaulted section of this entrance as well. They have got a lot of the stuff done. There's a couple parts on the side of the house where I'm not having them do yet. I'm going to be building an outbuilding on the side of the house just to kind of cover up some of the utilities. That way I don't have the kids messing with anything. Siding is still running a little behind. We're about a couple weeks for siding to come in. Hopefully it'll be done, or it'll be in the next couple weeks. We end up doing white with board and batten, and then on the gable sections we are going to be running shake. So if you could tell, this has also all been accomplished on the side of the garage. Just to cut costs, we did this, anything that you could see from the road we end up doing in stone. But when it comes to like the back of the house, that's all just going to be your typical vinyl siding. And this is the side of the house, garage, and then the house over there. And we'll kind of just walk. I'll meet you guys in the back and I'll kind of go over some of the stone progress has been made as well. I don't know if you can tell behind me, all of this, we end up doing the bottom 2 feet of the cinder blocks. So instead of cinder blocks, we have stone to kind of match the rest of the house, which I'm happy we did have done. They do have it covered right now, so it doesn't get all muddy and kind of messed up during the finishing progress of the exterior and final grading and grading the house, dirt and all that stuff. So my hands are getting pretty cold, so I'm gonna run to the back real quick, finish this up, and then if you can tell behind me, they're still working on that right there. That's gonna be where I have to actually cut in for the grill section, because I gotta run gas actually from over, we're actually gonna run the gas line out the side of the house here, come underground, then go up, and then we're gonna punch a hole in. That way I never run out of propane. I just run straight natural gas from the house, and I never have to worry about getting propane filled. If you could tell, back of the house has been stoned where the patio is. One thing also that has been accomplished since the last time my video, episode 5, was made, is we actually have a chimney, whoop, right there. That's gonna be for our back patio chimney. That's also going to be stoned. So we still have a lot of stone work that needs accomplished, but as you can tell, the progress has definitely taken place. They've been here around 6-7 guys every day for the last 5 days. So hopefully they'll be back this week to finish up what they started, and that is about it, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning along with episode 6. If there's any questions, anything I missed that you guys want me to go over next time, please leave a comment, email me, and I'd be glad to help you guys out or do any type of Q&As if that's something you guys would be interested in. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you guys on episode 7. You guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy.